An interview with a man that was at the old Grange School in the 30s. Would you introduce yourself, please?
My name is HILBERT WILLIS, 10 Grange Blunder Road, Loughball. Born the 11th of February 1924 at 2 o'clock on the day Callan Lodge auction.
What does that make you now? What?
In 97th year.
97.
Yep.
Right. Well, you went to the Grange School. You said that you went to the old Grange School.
Oh, did I?
Right. What age did you go? Do you remember what age you were when you started?
I would simply say around about 9 or 10 year old.
Oh, you didn't go?
Oh, no, from the start, no.
No. So what did you do until you were 9? Were you just about home?
Went to Kinnigo School.
Oh, right. So you come from Kinnigo.
That's right.
To the Grange.
Kinnigo.
Well, the Granges, that was the Granges again.
The mistress in Kinnigo, my father and her fell out.
All right.
And I went to the Grange.
Right.
I went to school in the Grange until the day before I was 14. I never went back.
Oh, right, and 14 was...
14, well,
you could leave when you were 14.
You could have left at 14.
Right. Right. Now, could you just take me through what you remember of who were the teachers at the school when you were there?
It was John Valley and Mrs. McLean.
Right, from the word go. You never...
The word Graham was the two. Them was only two. I think there was another one. A ginger-haired fella maybe come in after Mr. John Valley. Right. But then it closed shortly after.
Oh, no, what do you call? But in your time, what do you call? Sort of that would have been. Those were the teachers. So John Valley was teaching the big ones downstairs. Yes. That was the same as in my time. And then upstairs in my time it was Miss Valley. It was I think it was his sister.
Oh, she. Yeah.
Right, but that was what do you call? I remember hearing Miss McLean, and the teacher before them was McManamy.
McManamy. Oh,
McManamy.
That's right, he was.
That was a teacher before, and he lived in the he
lived in the house.
In the house.
The school house.
In the school house, yeah. In our time, it was Mrs. Norris. She was a school caretaker.
That's right, she was a school caretaker.
Indeed. Right. So there you are. You're a 9-year-old. You're heading off to the grade school. Coming out of Kinnigo. Who was at school? Who were you at school with in the Grange?
Well, there would have been Peter Michael, Pat Grew, back at owner's Fodry.
Yes.
Leo Murphy.
Leo, both. These men's all gone.
Charlie Hagan, Jack Hagan, Seamus Toner, Harry Roberty. There's probably others that I just gone.
Right. Well, listen, I was talking to Harry's son.
Yes.
Or not Harry. No, he was. Peter Roberty. And he, when I said I was going to be talking to you, and he said, here's some names that he thought might have been there in your time. So I'll run them past you. You have there, you've got Pat Grew, Fodgy as you call him.
My Fodgy.
Davy Malloy.
Davy Malloy. I think Davy was there in my time, for a very short time.
Right, yeah, right, okay.
He was there all right, yes he was.
Right, Hughie Mackle.
And Hughie Mackle. And Peter and Paddy Mackle.
All right, now there's a name to add to the work of Paddy.
Paddy had been younger than Hughie.
Right.
There was Peter, Hughie and Paddy.
Right.
Paddy was young. Paddy died young.
Joe Mockery.
Joe Mockery, yes.
Right.
Joe Mockery and Molly Mockery.
And as a sister, yeah?
That's right.
Right, write that in. What about Hagen? Charlie Hagan?
Charlie Hagan, Jack Hagan. I don't think I mind Seamus.
Right.
I don't think I mind him there.
Right. No. What I got sort of Leo Murphy. Right.
Leo Murphy.
Well, sort of Leo.
And Pat. Oh, he was reared up in Peter Donnelly's. Pat.
Oh, not Gilmore, no.
No. I have the worst head for names.
Oh, I have to tell you've got the worst head for what he called for. On you for thinking that, because you have a good head for names at any stage.
Pot. He was rare to beat the Dolly.
Right. Well, the way I work with that is don't think about it, and if it comes back to you. Now, any girls that you remember at the school?
There was Mary Grew.
Right.
Emily Roberty.
All right, that from the flush.
That's right. Emily, what I call the one, the last one. Emily was the older one, I think.
Well, I didn't know.
There was two sisters.
No, I didn't know that. I only knew.
One married. She lived there at the flush for years. But she was dead and gone years ago.
Well, I only knew Emmy, or Emmy as we call her, yeah. Emily, yes.
But then there was another one before that, an older one.
Right. Well, I never knew her.
I can't remember her name.
Right. Well, they'll come back to you. Joyce Saunders.
And Joyce Anderson.
Or Joyce Anderson.
And Muriel Anderson.
And right.
Who?
No, see, I have her down here as Joyce Saunders, but she would have been...
Joyce Anderson. Right.
Joyce Anderson, right.
Joyce Anderson.
Right.
And Muriel Anderson. Muriel would have been older.
Right.
Muriel died young.
Right. Well, that's what I call that. That's all the names I have here. Right. So listen, just take us back, and again for youngsters youngsters like myself, but even younger youngsters than me. What was the school like at that time? You set off, and what time did you have to be in school at? What time did the master come?
I think about 9:30.
Right. So you would head off, and there was no school lunches or anything like that there. You would.
Well, I come home from my lunch.
All right.
The religious instruction.
Right.
We would have got out at 12 o'clock.
Right.
And their religious instruction would be from 12 o'clock to 12:30, and we were away.
All right. So that'd give you the opportunity to go and break bread at home.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, that's right. But if you hadn't had that half hour, that wee bit extra, you would have, what do you call it? Would you brought your, what do you call it?
Lunch with you.
You brought your lunch to school with you?
For the half an hour, too short a time.
It would have been, right. Oh, that's right. I was wondering how the religious thing worked, but...
no, well, that's how their religious instruction would have been from 12 o'clock to half.
Right, well, there you are. That's how it fit into the day. So, the start of school, would you have done what we used to do? I remember we would go early for a kickabout with a ball.
Oh, no. As late as possible.
Yeah. There was no run getting in early for a kickabout before the school started.
But I can mind playing football with Wellington's on my...
Right.
And I mind the master's son watching.
Now tell us this, it would have been Gaelic football.
No. It was actually what do you call it?
Soccer.
Was
it?
It was, aye.
Was played at the Grange school in your day?
At the Grange school.
Well, now there's what I call...
And the master would have been a great Gaelic man.
Oh, he was, surely. He actually played.
He played Gaelic.
He played for our lads.
I can mind it well. Bodgy grew and me putting up the goal post. And Bodgy should have about to leave a wee bit of a horn above the top to make it appear they're Gaelic goals. That's right. The posts weren't long enough, you know.
All right.
Well, that was probably about 6 inches about wee.
Oh, I just what the appearance that you were playing Gaelic, where in fact you were playing soccer.
I'm playing soccer.
So, but it would have been shortly after that the Gaelic did start up. Was there soccer played locally?
I never remember playing Gaelic. I think maybe at times they may have played Gaelic.
Right. But there was soccer played. There was a soccer team locally here.
It was. But there was at times maybe they would have played Gaelic.
Right. Now, because Peter Roberty will have the whole history of the Gaelic game and we'll get all that. But what we haven't got would be the history of soccer in in this grade. Now, was there a club played down on the Lavlands?
Oh, there was. When Blossom Rovers.
Right.
Many a fight there was. So it used to be, them and Canary Rovers used to meet, and it was nearly one of sure to be a fight.
Right. Now, would it be Grange boys would have played for the, what do you call it?
What do you call him? Murphy. What do you call him?
Well, there was...
Brother Johnny. What do you call him? He died.
Wasn't Leo now, no.
Wasn't Leo, no.
But another
Leo
Murphy.
and Johnny.
Right. See, I don't know that generation.
I knew him as well. He played for Hick, he played right back.
Right. And they played on the Lavelands, just...
They played on the Lavelands, they played there just as you go through just where Murphy's house is sitting.
All right.
And then they played way back. Way
right back into the...
Way back.
Way back off the road.
Aye.
And that would have been a good enough pitch, because that was good level ground there. It was a
field. Like,
it was a field.
It was a pitch, you know.
You make the distinction between the field and the pitch. And that's exactly what you're talking about, because a pitch is something else altogether. A pitch is looked after, whereas the field's not.
It's the finished pitch.
Yes. Right, that was what they call that was the sports side of things. Like, was there any other games that you remember? Boys' games now?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. No, I never remember anything else.
Do you don't ever remember hare and hounds? Where you go off for a run, somebody would be the hare at lunchtime.
No.
No, of course, if you weren't there for it.
But it was funny enough. I can remember being home here from a dinner, and the youngsters would come down from the school down through the wee orchard and going around and back up again.
All right, that probably was.
That was probably the hare and hound. That probably was. But I was too hadn't the time.
No. You were getting your dinner. Again, in terms of girls' games, was there any ball games? What do you call it? You know, again the wall or anything like that? Nothing like that there. Right?
Nothing like that. No.
I was talking to Nancy Hughes, and she was saying, this is later now. Patsy Toll, she was Patsy McGreal, and she was saying that a big thing for.
I remember it was Pat Toll.
All right.
Pat. He was reared in Dolney's, and Peter Dolney's, you see, and Lizzie sent him to dig the dinner this day.
Right.
And John Dolney had a cut of peas.
Right.
And Pat made his way over to the peas and had a good feed of the peas, and Lizzie came out and shouted at him what was keeping him. And Pat said he went out and he dug this lock of spuds, and he said only got the big ones to fill the bucket quicker. Only got up the big ones to fill the bucket quicker.
That was his alibi.
But it's laughable, like, when you think of it.
Did you learn much at school? What in terms of reading, writing, and arithmetic?
I would safely say very little.
Right.
Although there's bits of, I remember being at a quiz. I don't remember where it was, and it was named the 26 counties of the Republic of Ireland.
Right.
And that was one of the quizzes.
Right.
He says Louth, Meath, Westmeath, Longford, Dublin, Kildare, Lucknow, Wicklow, Wexford, Carlow, Kilkenny, Donegal, Sligo, Mayo, Waterford, and Carey.
Good man, Willis.
I can still.
Well, you just have. You just have. Now, I'll ask you a question that I remember as being taught in the what do you call in the 9 counties Ulster now, right? Okay.
I just remember them nothing more.
Now, I will ask you a question. Name in them counties the counties that touch the sea. That's why we got it off Valday.
But, say that again.
Name the counties that touch the sea.
Oh, it touch the odd. Oh. Well, Donegal, Sligo.
No, we're talking 9 county Ulster here.
Yeah, that would be the 9 foot.
Yeah.
Oh, it would be. I don't think so. Tyrone didn't touch, no. Derry.
Derry,
Donegal. Yes.
Come on around the coast, I think.
Was Sligo in that time? No, it wasn't.
No.
No, it wasn't.
Well, I'll give you the answer that John Valley had for us.
Aye.
And it went, Donegal, Derry, Antrim and Down touch the sea.
Yes, aye.
All the others are inland counties.
Aye, that's right, that's right.
Right. Except we've just found out that Armagh touches the sea.
Does it?
It does.
Oh, I do.
Down at Newry.
Down at Newry, that's just where
there's a tide down there.
Aye.
Right. Can you remember in the, what do you call it, when you were sort of in the classroom, what did you do your work on? Were you working on slates or were you working on copybooks?
On a book.
Right.
On a book.
With pen and ink or pencil or what?
It would have been a pen and ink. Pen and ink, a nib. The pen would have had a nib in it.
Right.
You dipped it into the.
And there was an inkwell in the desk.
It was two in every.
Right. They were still there when I was there, but they were dying out. Yeah.
Aye. I remember. I think I remember the ballpoint pen coming out, and they wouldn't have let you use it.
No, because it was bad for the handwriting.
Aye.
You can't write as well with a ballpoint pen. I remember that whole thing going on.
I could write better with a ballpoint pen. I never could write with a nib at all. It was always sticking.
Right, that was the writing on for the arithmetic and the writing. Can you remember any of the books?
Oh no, I wouldn't have a clue. No.
Was there that thing going of what book you were in? Sort of what, were you in the first book or the second book?
The first class, second class, or third class.
All right, so there was none of that.
Aye.
And then home time.
Home time. 3 o'clock usually.
Right.
Except when you're capping.
Right. Tell me about that. What would you...
Oh, well, I think I was kept in once in my life.
Right. You were well behaved.
Oh, well, I don't know where I was or not.
Well, maybe that, or you were never found out.
It used to be two stay behind to clean up the schoolroom.
Right.
And Fodry and me were the two that was left.
Oh, right.
And Fodry and me would come on the cane, and I don't know which was broken. It was broken anyway.
Oh, the stick that Baldy used to, what do you call it?
It's only a wee bit of a cane out of the hedge.
Right.
He had. It was about that length, maybe.
Right.
And next day or the next morning there was an inquiry about this cane.
Right.
And I remember the master asking me, did you break it? I did. And I asked Fodry, did you break it? No. And I got one slap and he got two. just because the master said I told the truth.
You reckon that you told the
truth? I told the truth.
And he wasn't far.
And was as bad as all.
He wasn't far off.
No, he was right enough. Well, I would have done that. I would have told the truth.
Well,
even at court.
Well, again, that's what he called, sort of, there you have it, because that was the case where you had the opportunity to stand up for what you thought was right, and you did what was right, and you got your reward. One slap less than that.
Well, I would have been like that if I'd done a thing. I'd done it.
No, right. Well, fair play to you. What do you call it? If you set that as your mark, that's a good mark to set yourself at. So you weren't kept in, and what do you call it? Did you get homework?
I did. Very seldom done it.
Right.
And very seldom was ever checked.
All right.
Very, very seldom.
Right.
But I don't think I've ever done homework in my life. I got it to do all right, but I didn't really done it. That's the truth. There's always something for me to do when I come home.
Right. Oh no. Well, see, there was the thing. What they called, sort of. In fact, sort of somebody like yourself. When you were when you were through school, that's probably what you're heading for. What do you call it? You're heading for work straight out of school. Well, it was work there for you.
I tell you something. I left school the day before I was 14, and we'll say on a Monday morning I was out and I was ploughing with the 2 horses.
Right.
When I was just the day after I was 14.
Right. You stayed in the harness.
Stayed in the harness.